What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 109, and today we're going to talk about trusting your gut. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. Happy Monday. It's Motivation Monday, so let's get right into the episode. It is episode 109, and we're going to talk about trusting your gut. And this kind of came about, well, for many reasons, but I was sitting on a Wednesday, and usually I'm hustling, I'm creating content, but no, I've now figured out a system to really be effective with producing daily content. So I was actually kicking back and watching a movie. So I was watching one of my favorite animators, Hayao Miyazaki. And it's interesting because his type of animation versus, say, mainstream animation like a Disney movie, he does something very special, and both of them are animated, and both of them are very great storytellers, Miyazaki versus Disney. But he does something very special in that he creates a story in where he doesn't tell you everything, and he trusts the audience to let them make their own interpretations, their own kind of conclusions about things that haven't been fully explained. So in a Disney movie, often, storylines and characters will all be very fleshed out and very, maybe two-sided, but the characters and the stories of a Miyazaki film are very complex. There's subtle things, and it's much more real in my opinion. And even though it's animated, and even though it has a very childlike fantasy about it, he still allows you, the audience, to make your own conclusions and to ask your own questions about the story if things are not totally fleshed out. And I think that's really key, because he's enabling the audience and being confident in his audience to kind of be more involved with his work instead of telling you this is how it is. And this is really interesting, because I thought that's great, because that's exactly how I want to run Get in the Lab and my relationship with you lab rats. And so I can very much tell you and sit up here and stand up here and tell you all day about how I do things, right? But I always preface to you guys that this is one side, or I hope I'm always prefacing that this is one perspective, and this is how I do it. There are a shit ton of other ways on how to do things and how to get things done and how to get to your goals. But here's one way. And here's this one way is just something to kind of get the ball rolling, to kind of get your head, get the gears turning in your head. And I want to instill within you guys, a sort of confidence, and to never forget about your own intuition, your own gut feeling, your own confidence in your own thing. Okay, so when you guys consume the content of the Get in the Lab podcast, it's not simply me like shouting at you, and I hope that's not what I've been putting off, but if it is, that's going to change. This is a back and forth. This is a discussion. And hopefully you realize now that these shows are more conversational. So that is the way we run things here on the Get in the Lab. And I thought, wow, that's really great, because I want to kind of have this same thing of I want to enable you guys, not make you feel like you don't know anything. So that, which is sometimes what I get from people when I talk to them one-on-one. It's like they are still very much like, where do I start? I'm so overwhelmed, and where do I just start today? And so it starts by just having a conversation where it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to ask questions. And this is really important, because I feel still that people around me, people close to me, still feel like I can't ask the questions that I want to ask, or I can't even get to the point of even formulating a question to ask. So I think we need to backtrack a little bit from creator to audience and this back and forth thing where it's like, hey, even though you don't have it formulated, just speak, just try to put it out there, and have confidence in the fact that even though you don't have a very, very clear idea of what you're trying to ask or what you're trying to get at least have the confidence in yourself to say like, okay, I know I need to get here. And I'm not going to get there by not saying anything. Even though whatever I say or ask comes out wrong, or it's misconstrued, or maybe I wasn't clear on something, you just keep talking and you flesh it out, right? So it's a process, it's a journey. And for me, guys, it's just a matter of saying, hey, I'm right here. So, but you have to take that step. So I can open the door, but you got to step through it, right? So I just want to kind of make that clear that this is not about me talking out you. And I think a lot of content creators kind of forget that. Like, this is not about making a buck. This is about service. So for me, anyway, I want you guys to still be able to trust your gut, to be intuitive, to build the confidence of your own inner compass, right? So it's great that you get content from either, the Get in the Lab podcast or another favorite podcast of yours, but always, spin it, tweak it, twerk it to your own compass, right? And make sure that it's always kind of in line with you, okay? Because nobody can really tell you how to think. As content creators, we're just here for inspiration, another angle, another perspective to get your gears moving and to enable you. All right. So it's Motivation Monday. That was it for today. I want you guys to trust your gut still. Okay. It's great to ask questions, and that's crazy needed. You need to ask questions, but it always comes back to you. And I don't want you to forget that it's all about enabling yourself and building that confidence within your own decisions. Okay. So I think, I could go on and on, but that's, that's basically how I feel. So, don't forget about your own inner compass and what you have to say about the matter or the situation or the problem. All right. So good things, guys. That was episode 109. We have announced officially that Kevin is now going to be officially speaking and sharing his story on his perspective of branding, which I think is very interesting. As always, he surprised me and brings up a topic that I didn't even think about. So I'm very excited to bring that to the people who come to the workshop, which is June 6th, 2015. It's on a Saturday. It's going to run from about 9 to 5. Tickets are on sale right now. Early bird registration ends at the end of April, and then it goes into regular registration. And then, we're very excited, and I have a couple more interesting, exciting news to share with you, which I'm going to roll out throughout the rest of the week. But that was Monday's show, guys. And as always, my name is Megan, reminding you to get in the lab. Peace out. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around and watching till the end. I really appreciate it. I'm lucky to have you. I have something really cool for you. So if you are interested in video podcasting, which is what you saw today, and you got to the very end, you were like, hey, that's cool. I think I want to do that. But maybe you don't know where to start. I actually created a free course, and you can go to getinthelab.me/webinar, and you'll find a free course in there on how I do everything from setting up to recording to syncing to editing, which is pretty hefty part, thumbnail creation, everything. So go ahead on over there if that interests you, and you can check that out for free. All right. Once again, see you guys. Peace out.